Hey guys, it's Aaron, your personal coach, and welcome to my Monday meeting for members only. I do 2 meetings a week, Monday and Wednesday. Today is generally on a topic that you guys need the most. Today is going to be on goal setting. Yes, again, goal setting. You're probably thinking, why does he keep talking about the goal setting so much? Because look, it's one of the #1 priorities in regards to achieving your goal. Right? 90% of people are not doing the goal setting process that they need to. Right? Today, I want to give a little bit of a simpler terminology to help break that down. So you guys can do the minimal amount, right? Even if you do the bare minimum, you're still going to get a better result than if you do none. So Wednesdays, I do the weekly check-in. And on Fridays, I normally do a presentation or I do an interview. So this week I'm bringing in a member of the month. So it's going to be a really great interview talking about what has flipped that switch, right? I've been coaching this person for a long time, on and off. And I've seen a lot of things where we struggled, and then all of a sudden that switch is just flicked, and things are so great. The results are amazing. Everything is so perfectly done, right? So I want to be talking through that and just to hope give you guys some inspiration how you can make that change as well if you haven't already. So today, goals. Again, sit back, relax, take a big deep breath in. Goals. You've got to be in a relaxed state to understand those goals, understand that subconscious goal setting, everything in that pathway prediction. So my question to you is, have you watched all the videos? Right? If you have, fantastic, great, congratulations. If you haven't, because you're too busy, you haven't got time, whatever excuse that you've made not to watch it, right? I'm going to give you the simple version today, really fucking simple version, right? It goes like this, right? So #1, you have to understand your goal, right? We all know what the goal is. We all know the vision, what we want to look like, what we want to achieve, what we want to get to, right? So that's the #1 step. We need to know that. Right. In the pathway predictions, I talk about the goal setting, logical goal, putting the goal down now on paper. Right. So what that means is you have to have a big dream, a 12-month goal. You have to have a big dream, then a 12-month goal, 3-month goal, and 5 small stepping stones. Right. If you just grab the piece of paper today and a pen, and you wrote that down on an A4 piece of paper, you wrote here, right, big dream. What is it? Yep. So let's do this today. If you haven't gone through the process, let's do a real simple version of the whole pathway prediction process. Right? You put down your big dream, whatever it is. I know my goals off the top of my head, so I'll put mine down. So mine is to get to our Kona, to World Championship. 12-month goal is a sub 10-hour Ironman. These are my fitness goals, right? Yours are going to be whatever you created. Then a 3-month goal. 3-month goal for this month. I know it. I can show you. I've showed you guys already. It's to work on running for me, right? And then the 5 small stepping stones. Can I remember them off the top of my head? Probably not. Oh yeah, I can actually. I can. So step 1 was it was 3 main runs a week. Right. I'm just putting examples down so you guys can do this to make sure. So I've got it just here. So all you need is something super simple like this. Whoops. Like this here. All right. This is all we need. This is all we need. This is a starting point. If you don't want to do the proper template that I've got and add the pictures, that's okay. Let's just do this. Something real fucking simple that you can keep in front of you every day now. All right. Now I've got 21 videos. Whatever excuse you've told yourself, if you can't watch them all, right? I want you to focus on #8. That's what we're going to break down and go through today. This is one of the most important videos that you can watch. I've also got an audio somewhere I need to dig out, and I'm going to post that in the group as well, so you guys can start to listen to. Right. So we've got our big dream. We've got a 12-month goal. We've got a 3-month goal, and then we've got the stepping stones, right? We sign that and we put a date on that. In 3 months' time, I'm going to achieve it. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. Okay, whatever it takes. Right? These are words you have to tell yourself every day as well. I'm going to do whatever it takes to achieve that goal. Whatever it takes. Okay, so if I say that word, it's a powerful word for me. It means a lot. You know, I'll do whatever it takes, right? What does that mean to you? No, I don't want you just to say it, right? Just to make yourself feel good. I want you to really like mean that. I want you to really start to emotionalize that word. I'll do whatever it takes, right? So we've got, as I said, the big dream, 12-month goal, 3-month goal, stepping stones, right? That's done. All right, so now that's our logical goal done. Now all we got to do is plant that in the subconscious mind. Now, what does that mean? Right? What does that mean to plant it in the subconscious mind? This means our subconscious is 90% of driving everything that we do, and we don't even know it. Right? So if we can get that goal in the subconscious mind, it's kind of to what happened, right? Like you just see me put my goals down on here. Why did I remember them? Because I've got it in my subconscious mind. Right? I've got pictures now. Do you remember I get you to put pictures on the goals? Everything I think of, those pictures start to like resonate to a good like meaning. Right? So this is why we put the pictures, because a subconscious will like remember that like neuro pathway of that thought that we had. And if we can think of those pictures, we think of the goals, right? We start to emotionalize it. They're going to start to become like reality. Had a conversation with someone today, and I've always been a little bit, I'm going to tell you guys this, but I've always told people that I can see the future, right? And someone said to me today, can you see your own future? And I thought, well, can I see it? Yes, I can, because I create it. You create your own future by a thought, right? And this is just the stepping stones to creating that future. Right. So it's like really important if you want to achieve something in the future. Anything is possible. Anything you want, if you believe it, you can achieve it. Right. And then you start to work towards it every day and think about it every day. So most people don't achieve goals because they don't think about it. They forget about it. You know, things come up in life. If you can do like whatever it takes and never give up, right? Like that's when you get somewhere in life. Example, personal coaching, like for me, I've been doing this for almost 2 decades now. Like, is it 100% super successful, like $1 million, obviously like business? No. But it's something I love, something I'm passionate about, something I'll never give up on. I'll never give up on this. So that's what drives me, and that's what's got to drive like you as well, that inside passion, that inside thought, and predicting your own future, creating your own future. Right, the next step is I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Let's look at this one. So this is it here, pathway number 8, right? This is the one here. I'm going to put these in the group as well. This is the most important one that you can actually watch. Now, I'm going to play it and I'm just going to talk it through, and I want to give you guys a little bit more of a meaning, understanding of why.
This is a really, really important one, because this is subconscious goal setting. So this is on one.
Everything I just said, right?
Also creating a auditory as well.
Auditory, so that's what I'm going to post in the group as well.
Number 2, the auditory as well. When you really need to find yourself a quiet place. And
quiet place like for this, that's what the auditory is like really good. The best time to do it is at night time.
So now we've said all our
goals. A good thing, if we make it short and sweet, you look at this, your goals, before you listen to the auditory.
Before we go into all the emotional stuff. Sheet. All right. This is the goal setting sheet. You've got your goals down. So now we understand the concept of the timeline. So like we know.
Timeline. Okay. Let's talk about the timeline very quickly. Now I struggled for this for a long time to understand the timeline. So what does it mean? From your past to now to the future. Right. If you really start thinking about this, it's hard. Right. And I asked the question in the video, where is your timeline? Right. Is it from the back to the front to back, left to right, right to left, like whatever. Right. If you can't grasp that concept, just tell yourself, my past is on the left, right here is like now, and the future is on the right. Okay. That's the best thing to do to start with. But like I said, don't think about it too much. Just go right. So this is what I'm going to do. This is it. My past to the left here, now, future, right. That's how I'm going to run my timeline if you can't grasp the concept. if you can't tap into that subconscious mind to understand it.
what like we need to do. So what I want you to do is, if you want to do it on the video, you can. I want you
It's going to
to load up.
skip through this pretty quick. Okay, so once we've got our goals in our front of our mind, the logical goals are right there, then we need to go in a relaxed state. Like I said, the best time to do this is at night, right? So when you go in, and so what we're going to do then is we're going to start, we've got our goal sheet in the front of our mind, we float up into the clouds. I want you just to look down at where you are, right? Like we do this because, like, why? If we try and go into the future without being up in the clouds, right, it's too like realistic, it's more now, right? So once you go up into the clouds, it just changes that whole perspective of it being in the now, right? So like when you go up into the clouds, it's more a relaxed state, and that's like where like we need to be for the subconscious mind to start to work, right? Sometimes I struggle with this as well. If you go in the bed and you've got everything kind of rattling around in your head and you can't concentrate properly, it's going to be tough to get up there. So what I do sometimes for me is that I'm up there, but I go back down, I come out, I go back down, I come out. Right? Do not move forward until you can stay up there, totally relaxed state. And you're just having a look around at the clouds, whatever, taking your mind off your everyday activities. Right. So if we can do that, this is going to work a lot better. Right up into the clouds.
Right, your 3-month goal is there. It's clear. Right. Can you see a picture?
Okay, so what you need to think of is that 3-month goal, right? We've got that 3-month goal, and I always say this. So this is like one of the first things I say. In 3 months' time, you've got your goal clear. Can you see a picture of what you want to look like? It's what you want to achieve. Right. So this is the biggest thing. Get that picture in the front of the mind. So this is even good to get this in the front of mind before we go into this process, right, of this like meditative state to lock these like goals in.
With this picture now, so what I want you to do, I want you to float into the picture.
Okay, so once we've got that picture and we're up in the clouds, I want you to float into that picture, right, as if you were there, right? Imagine, like I said, cut out all the noise in your head. If you can get yourself in that picture, and imagine if you were actually there and it was happening right now, right, and right today. That's going to make a massive difference in regard to pathways in your mind to achieving that. So that's where we really start to get that emotional connection of things starting to happen. Right? One of the most important things is getting that connection, that emotional connection. Right. So once we're emotionally connected to that picture, we can see it happening. So this is where the magic starts to happen. And we start to flick that switch in regard to achieving our goals.
As if you were there.
I'm just going to forward this a little bit.
Now, so what I want you to do is make that feeling more intense.
But just intensify that a little bit more to really make it more powerful.
Now, what I want you to do, come out of that picture. You're still up in the clouds. You've got your piece of paper in front of you.
So we're still up in
What
this.
you're going to do is take
Right, so what we do here,
dragon breaths on your goal sheet.
3 big dragon breaths on the goal sheet.
So
Like,
let's do this
why?
together. We breathe in.
Why do we do this? Because it makes it more clearer. 3 big breaths on that goal. Now, you don't have to have the piece of paper in your hand physically, but you just pretend you're up in the clouds. You've got it. Just like I'm doing in the video here. You might think it's a bit silly,
Now is
but
what
it
we
really
do.
creates clarity around your
Right.
goals. Right?
12
It
weeks.
releases a lot of stress that you have before we go and implement that.
Yeah.
Okay, from here we go
When you see
up in the clouds.
success for
We
these
go
goals,
into the
when you
12
go
weeks
there,
now.
let's
So
go there
where
now.
you see yourself achieving that goal.
Slowly float there. Just let me know when you're there. Still up above it.
Stay up above it. Right. So once we're
You're
there,
there by now. So what I want you to do now is float down.
we go into it next.
That event.
Right.
into that
Why do we
feeling,
do this?
Into that feeling. Like when
Right.
you
So
make
now
a
again,
goal
we
sheet.
really start to go, we've scratched the surface of seeing the goal, seeing the picture.
And
Now we go right in there.
for a
Right. So what I want you to do
space
with your goals,
you're in
like I
that
just did, I
3
folded
months
it.
time.
Imagine that goal setting sheet.
Please
You
lock
put
it
it in a you put it in a envelope,
Right, it's secured.
and then you put it in a
It's
post
done.
box or a security box, anything that
From
you
here
want to
now,
create in your mind, and we lock it in. Make that sound in your head, lock it in. So it's locked in there. So we're going to do like whatever it takes.
I want you to look down and I want you to stop.
The reason we do that is because we create that purpose in the mind that those goals are locked in, right? Do you remember I said, whatever it takes? So this just helps that make that a lot more powerful, right? If you're going to do whatever it takes to get to your goal, you will guarantee you'll achieve it, right? If we've locked that goal in already, half the job's done, right? We're going to do like whatever it takes. This part is another important part, coming back and overcoming all your objectives. It can be time consuming, but you know what? It doesn't all have to be done in like one night, right? Generally by this time, you're probably feeling really tired and you're almost ready to fall asleep. That's okay. If you fall asleep, okay, doing this, great. Like why? Because especially if it's still playing, that sound while you're asleep is going into the subconscious mind, right? So this next part is finding the positive learnings from the things that are going to challenge us and our roadblocks
on the way to that event. Just stop there and see yourself overcoming that.
So on the way back, where we come from, just in a nutshell, you can rewatch the video. What we do is we stop up in the clouds and we stop at those events where our roadblocks could be, our stepping stones, right? Like what's holding us back? You ask yourself, what are the positive learnings I can get from all these events that are holding me back, right? And let the mind rattle off things. Whatever it is, it doesn't even have to make sense, right? So what we're doing here is finding the positive learnings to overcome so we can get over these like roadblocks and start to achieve our goals a lot more stronger.
And seeing all these challenges being a breeze, it's not a problem at all.
So, like I said before as well, if you've got so many objectives, roadblocks, and you think it's going to take a long time, and it does, if you've got a lot, right? That's okay. Just do a couple, come back to now, and then off you go to sleep. The next night, like we can do a few more, right? If you watch this video, you don't even have to watch it anymore. You know the process, right? The more you watch this, the more experience you're going to get, the better you can do it. You can do it anytime you want. Right? Even if you've got a quick second at home, close your eyes, you can go through this process, right? So two things I want to ask is, or two things, one thing I want to ask is, what are you prepared to do to achieve your goals? Are you prepared to do this mind work? Are you working on yourself enough to achieve your goals, right? At the moment, most people are not. You're not doing the work that you need to be to achieve your goals, right? Like, which is a problem. This is why most people fall off if it's 4, 6, 8, 10 or 12 weeks, right? 28 days to make a neurological change, 12 weeks to get a result. But still, you might get a result in 12 weeks, but you still might have more work to do. Right? We've all got work to do on ourselves, right? So we've all got big goals. And the problem is, like, most people think that they're not achievable, right? So they just push it to the side and don't worry about it. Like I said, I believe in you. So all you got to do is believe in yourself now. Right? Like I said, anything is fucking possible. Anything, if you believe it. So yeah, like doing like this work is like really important. It's great self-development. Like I said, I get excited about it. It is a powerful tool. I wouldn't be pushing on like this so hard if I didn't believe it didn't work. Right, it's worked for me. It's worked for hundreds of clients that I've coached in the last 2 decades. So all you've got to do, if you listen to it like once or twice, and you think, oh yeah, okay, all right, start listening to it more. You can't hear this shit enough. Right, you need to listen to this more and more and more to make it more powerful in the front of the mind. As simple as that. Subconscious mind, especially. It's logical, subconscious. If we can tie them two together, that's when we start to see the magic happening. So that's it for me today, guys. Do you know what? It's a simple version of my pathway predictions, right? If you haven't got time or you're too busy or like whatever excuse you're making to watch all, how many have I got here? 21 videos. You haven't got time to watch 21 like video. You just take the shortcut. I'm okay with that because I'd rather take the shortcut than do nothing at all. Right? If you can just put that goal on paper, just a basic piece of paper, it doesn't have to be through the Google Drive sheet. A lot of people that are doing it are achieving their goals. Obviously, I'm without a doubt, but it doesn't have to be that. I'm happy for you to just put something down on paper in front of you, scrap piece of paper, and then go through this video number 8. I'll be reposting this. And hopefully you guys can watch it. Thanks so much for listening, guys. Don't forget, like Wednesday, we've got the weekly check-in. If you've got any questions, anything that you're not sure of, I'd love you to jump on these like meetings and ask me some questions as well. Take care. Ciao for now.